You know, my favorite part of steelhead fishing is the anticipation that on every single cast that you're going to have a fish. You know, it's so different from every other kind of fishing where you're either, you know, fishing to a rising fish or you see a permit. With steelhead, you know, you take 2 steps, you cast your line, it floats down, and at any second, you know, you can get that bang, and there's a fish on. And you know, there's never a dull moment. I think attitude is a huge part of it. I mean, I think if you think you're going to catch a fish, you know, somehow it improves your chances. You know, it shouldn't theoretically if you're fishing well and you've got a great drift. But I find if I come into a run or a hole and I think I'm going to catch a fish, I catch one.
This feels like a steelhead.
You have to be 100% focused on the fishing. If you're, you know, making the slightest mistake, you know, your chances are going way down. Very often when you get that tug and you're not really focused, all of a sudden there's the tug and you don't even think about what you're, and before you know it, the hook is popped out of the fish's mouth and there's this incredible sense of disappointment that you've been fishing, you know, so hard for so long, and then to have that one opportunity and to blow it, it's awful.
I don't know what else to do on that.
Place. It's just unbelievable. There's very few places in the world that are this unspoiled. And this is one of those places where, you know, I know years from now that I'll remember being on the upper part of the river and catching a king salmon, for instance, and catching a steelhead and a coho, all in the same day. You just can't do that in too many places. And then being here with, you know, this group of guys and, you know, laughing every morning and laughing every day when you come back, and the camaraderie in the drying shed about who caught what, and, you know, the guy who had a great day always being a little quieter than everybody else until you ask him, you know, how many did you catch? Oh, I had a pretty good day today. Yeah.
We woke up one morning and it was like we were basically in Oz. I mean, there was this thick, fresh layer of snow that covered everything, and more. It just kept coming down all day. You know, it started out cold, and we thought it was going to be wet and miserable all day. But the steelhead, they don't know that it's snowing, and so if you're patient and you do a few things right, and you start catching a few, it's amazing how quickly you forget how cold and wet you are. You know, there's something unusually peaceful about fishing in the snow. The snow almost feels like it's falling in slow motion, and it dampens all the sound around you. And you can't see that well through the snow. And so because of that, you forget that maybe there's a bear on the bank, you know, behind you, or maybe you stop thinking about what's around the next bend in the river, and you know, you just focus on your casting and on covering the water, and then even that slightest little bump in your fly.
There we go. Fantastic. Great fish.
I guess the short of it is, I just love being up here. It doesn't matter if it's raining or snowing or freezing cold. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And you know, when I'm up here with my friends, with or without a fish on, I'm truly happy.